Question 1531. Which conspiracy theory do you think has done the most harm?
Anti-vax.
Right
Anti-vax.
now,
That's no
anti-vax.
two ways about that.
Yeah, right now, anti-vax.
The anti-vax movement. No
in
chance.
history. You don't think there's a conspiracy theory?
No, the anti-vax movement, full stop.
Well, in history, okay, the only thing that I could say would be even on a level with that historically would be the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion.
Yep.
What the hell are they?
Yeah, exactly what Jeff said. Yep, that's definitely. I have no fucking clue.
I'm just going to agree with him here because it sounds cool.
No.
It's pretty much inspired every goddamn anti-Semite neo-Nazi type pretty much since it was published, and it was a bloody.
Do you think that's going to kill more people than anti-vax?
Wait. Does eugenics count as a conspiracy?
I'm gonna say
Eugenics is a conspiracy theory, but only when it comes to humans, because we still practice eugenics on pedigree dogs and pedigree cats. So is it really a conspiracy theory when we're still doing it to animals?
It's only a conspiracy if someone's trying to do it.
Sorry, I cut off you, Jeff. You can finish your...
I was gonna say, maybe, with long term, we haven't really done a calculation on anti-vax yet, how much it's caused, but I think we can safely say that sort of like that the protocols might be in the lead, really, if you're gonna, depending on how much it's like
as mainstream as it is though now, like we're all on the internet and we all the whole fucking flat earth shit and all that. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that we would interact with that aren't mainstream, that'll in the real world, so to speak, that everybody, the media and all, it's come to the point now where I'm like watching a news stream, I think it was like Sky News, and they had to point out in making reference to the whole fact that America's now reinvestigating could it be man-made in Wuhan fucking lab and all. The evidence doesn't show it. We don't believe it. They have to get to the point now where they have to make a statement before they actually show the news. It is mainstream now. The anti-vax is very mainstream now.
So, Nerdy said something about the climate change hoax, and yes, but not yet. It hasn't done enough damage yet, but it will in the future if it continues.
Right.
Well, here's a controversial one. Communism.
Where's the conspiracy there?
Where's the conspiracy theory?
That communism can work.
Only in so much as capitalism.
That's not a conspiracy. That's not a conspiracy theory, though.
But people believe it can work, and people believe it can't work. So, well.
Yeah, that's not. To me, that doesn't really count as a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I was thinking more
trickle
like
down economics is more of a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
There you go.
Democracy is more of a conspiracy theory.
Now, if you want something that is a conspiracy theory, which that a lot of right wingers believe, cultural Marxism, because that is absolute bollocks.
QAnon.
Like QAnon's bad, but I feel like with some of these questions, it's more like your opinion than like. But I feel like this question was like, what, like to your knowledge, what conspiracy theory did the most damage? I'm like, that's more of an objective question.
The questions are phrased in a way because you have to define harm, what you think as harm.
I mean, right now in the world, anti-vax is the one that is the problem. I mean, like the immediate problem.
I mean, I've got a suggestion that said that it might not. Okay, how about the condoms and AIDS one?
It's not 1980s anymore.
Condoms and AIDS.
Catholic Church is still
There
preaching.
was a conspiracy theory going round that if you used a condom, you could still transmit AIDS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
it's why AIDS
I don't know. Someone shouts to me AIDS and conspiracy in the same sentence. I just think 80s.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
True.
But that's still going on in Africa. And right now, and it's the same people, the same fucking preachers that are spreading that one are the anti-vaxxers in Africa. I mean, even when we
that makes
this in the
sense.
West, Africa is fucked because it's coming from the pulpits.
Well, you mentioned Africa and unfounded conspiracy theories doing a lot of damage. Jacob Zuma once said, "I did not have any chance of contracting HIV from the prostitutes because I took a hot shower afterwards."
Yeah, I mean, like, if this was a conversation about like which conspiracy theories are like the pet ones that I hate, obviously I run a show on trans rights, so like
Really?
gender critical, but like
GC and turfism.
yeah, but like if there's actually like demonstrable harm, like I guess anti-vax, but I don't actually know data. Like,
but GC has demonstrable harm, though. I mean, they
but it's the most demonstrable harm. Yeah. Like, do I think gender critical is causing a lot of harm in like a really terrible way that like ruins people's lives? Like, absolutely, of course.
But that is very specific, you know. Being realistic about it. Being realistic, anti-vax affects everybody. You know, the attack on trans people is mainly an attack on trans people.
But no, it's not though. Again, it's the same thing. If you look at the stats, when the gender critical, the people the fucking bathroom stuff. The people that are most likely to get fucking attacked in a bathroom aren't trans people.
They're cis people.
They're fucking women.
That's true. That's 100% true.
Went to the People's Park on Sunday.
It's the biggest lie perpetrated by the whole gender critical movement that trans people are bathroom predators, when in fact it just doesn't happen.
I would still assume that anti-vax is probably affecting the most people like on a quantifiable level, but I agree that like gender critical anti-trans stuff does impact cis people, probably just based on how there are so much more cis people statistically than trans people, probably impacts them more.
Well, that whole when it comes to the whole Phoebe, you seen the tweet I made earlier about the daughter and whole, you know, any girl can do anything, any boy can do, doesn't matter, you know. She literally said to me, "Oh, that climbing frame's too big for little girls." And I was like, "You can fucking climb that, nothing bother." When we were going to the toilet just before we left, there's boys' toilets and there was girls' toilets, and
there's an awful lot of just gender stuff.
Right, when we needed to go to the toilet, you know, she needed to go to the bathroom, and we were walking up towards it, and I said, you know, just me being, you know, I was like, right, you can come on into the boys' toilets with me because I'm the man and I'm in charge and didn't want to be walking into a woman's bathroom. And she was like, "I can't go into the boys' toilets." And I was like, "Well, why can you not? It doesn't matter." And then when we got there, the boys was busy. And then she was like, "Well, you can't go into the girls." And I was like, "You need to go to the bathroom. I'm taking you into the toilet. It's just a toilet." Now, it's only one cubicle. It's just out in a park. You know, it's nothing. But it was making that point to her that it was like, you need a piss. It doesn't fucking matter.
It's so sad. Your daughter's so young, and she still is so impacted by like the notion of like these restrictions. You see,
it was she was calling everybody a him and a he, regardless of what it was. It was just whatever she'd picked up. It was him and he and this, that, and the other. And then she started, and then she did notice the difference, and now it's become very prevalent to her, if you understand what I mean. Like everybody she sees like that, she makes a point of it, and then it's become more prevalent and more sort of, I wouldn't like to say mainstream's a bad choice of words, but you know, it's in the front of her mind now at the minute, right? These are boys and these are girls, because she's trying to figure stuff out and all. And it's like, at the same time there is that, but it doesn't matter. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I've said
just in terms of cognitive development, that makes sense, because your daughter's what, around like 4 or 5 or something like that.
She just turned 4.
Yeah, so she's having like she's getting a really strong sense of like differentiation between like her experience as an individual and the fact that other people are individuals. So it makes sense that she's like, oh, I'm part of one of 2, like obviously there are more than 2, but like according to mainstream society, I'm part of like one of 2
Well, from
groups.
A 4-year-old's point of view, when they're out and they're looking about, yes, it is very binary from a 4-year-old's point of view. They're not going to get into the nuances and stuff like that there. But I've said before, at Christmas and her birthdays, she gets a boy's toy, a girl's toy, and an intellectual toy. That's the 3 toys that I would get her for fucking Christmas or her birthdays or anything like that. There's a grouping of girls, there's a grouping of boys, and then there's like a telescope or a science thing or something like that. That's, you know, you can have a fucking choice. Just be happy. She plays with tractors as much as she plays with dolls.
But here's one of the most absurd things on the toilet debate. I was at a festival once and they had gendered portaloos. Single, standalone portaloos that were gendered. That were labelled as male and female. It's a portaloo, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
The world's gone round the bend.
way off topic now, but
We have. Let me skim the chat quickly and then.
That's my fault. Do apologise. Sorry, proud
no,
daddy.
it's
Proud daddy.
a good, it's a good to bring up, though.
I love my daughter. Go fuck yourself.
QAnon is a bad conspiracy theory mashup. Harmonica Man says you can dig yourself out of poverty. Bad idea. Nerdy says Soviet submarine Kate-129 conspiracy. I don't remember that.
I'm not even familiar with that one, but...
Spooky says the biggest conspiracy is that people still think this is a quiz. They decided to call it a quiz. Don't blame me.
Spooky,
sorry, who said that?
Who said that?
Here?
Who actually said that? Who said that?
Spooky Bad Hair.
Yeah, of course it was Spooky.
Because he wants a
I
quiz.
called it a game show, not a quiz.
Yeah,
I was quite clear calling it a game show.
I think Spooky was on the very first show ever, realised it wasn't an actual quiz, and has give off fucking stink since episode 1.
He has.
Yep.
Mate, Elsie has come back. But he's worked out how to play. He's worked out how to play and he cheats. He's come up with the most ludicrous, unreasonable answer you possibly can.
Yeah, you shouted at me for doing that too. I sort of stole that from Spooky, but...
Yeah, it's Dave. It's a bit like a lot of your bloody trolley problem questions. When we come up with a third alternative, you get pissy.
You're not allowed to add alternatives to those ones.
Oh, there's been a couple of questions, Jeff, that have been that anally retentively written specifically just to stop me from fucking a type of answer.
Yeah. Yes.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.